Hey there. So there might be thoughts and emotions that you are thinking or feeling about a certain person or situation, but you feel like that's not what you truly think. That's not what you truly feel about that person or situation. And that might be super confusing. Why do you think those thoughts? Why do you feel those feelings? In this video, we're going to talk about why that is, how you can best deal with that, and how you can actually use this as an opportunity for you to grow. And hey, if this is the first time that we meet, I'm Jonas, and on this channel we talk about authenticity and personal growth. We provide tools and ideas that help you gain clarity, freedom, and fulfillment in your life. If you hadn't yet, consider subscribing. So sometimes you might be thinking something or feeling something, and you're like, this is weird. Like I don't agree with these thoughts that I just feel, or I don't even agree with what I'm feeling right now about a certain situation or a person. But still, that feeling is there, or these thoughts are coming up, and you're like, what is this? It's really confusing. It's actually important to see like where is that coming from. And for example, like I'm dating a woman right now, and we are kind of like in this getting to know each other phase. And there's something that she did with this other man, and it brings up stuff in me, it brings up thoughts in me, it brings up emotions in me, and this might be like, oh, this is unfair, or like, I don't know, like she didn't do this, or like, why does this have to happen, or like, what do I, and then there might be anger coming up, there might be frustration, there might be jealousy. And I'm noticing in myself that there is these thoughts and these emotions, and there's also an awareness beyond them, like how I truly feel or think about the situation. But what is alive is that there's parts of me that want to be heard. There's parts of me that want to have a voice, that want to say like, I feel hurt, I feel this, I feel that, and I think this, I think that, and they want to have a voice as well. And so if you look at yourself as kind of like this personality with different parts of the personality that make up the whole personality, then you can look at these thoughts and emotions that are coming up that you might not be able to really understand. Why are they even there? Or like they might be confusing. They might be parts of you that want to be heard, that want to be nourished, that want to be part of you, that want to be like, hey, I'm here too. And sometimes these are parts of you that you like push away because you don't really want to have something to do with them, because their emotions and thoughts are not what you feel like. I don't really like that. I don't really like those thoughts. I don't really like those emotions. And whatever it could be, like it could be something where you feel like it's not aligned with your values, like what you're thinking is not aligned with your values, or how you feel doesn't make any sense on the logical level. And it can be anything. It can be about any person or any situation. And there are really situations, there are really thoughts and emotions that are like, well, I don't really, where should I put this? And actually the worst thing you can do is to try to like just shove it away, like to push it away and say like, I don't think that, I don't feel that, I'm not gonna feel that, I'm not gonna allow that to be there, I'm just gonna try to push it away. Because what that's gonna do is, it's gonna basically push this whole part of you away, and by pushing it away, it actually doesn't get its own needs met. It doesn't, it doesn't get the appreciation and the acknowledging that it needs in order to be part of you and to be like whole and to feel heard. So it's going to find its own way to come back into like your awareness and into your presence, into your attention, when it's really not the right moment. So you might be triggered in a certain situation, and you might be overreacting in some situations, or just be overly emotional because that part of you is not heard, and it feels like now is an opportunity for me to express myself. And it kind of like hijacks you in a way almost, because then it's like you're solely acting from that part of you. Like if there's a part that's very scared and maybe very jealous, and you never give this part of you a space, then suddenly in certain situation where there might be a situation that brings jealousy up in you, you might overreact and you might say things that are hurting the other person, or that might, make a very bad situation, or just, maybe even break a relationship, or like a getting to know each other phase, because you're overreacting because that part hasn't been heard. And same thing about safety, or like all so many different parts of you that have their own needs and want to be heard. And so what I would recommend you to do, and what has helped me a lot, is when there's a part coming up and there are these thoughts and emotions where I'm like, where should I put them? I can't really integrate that. then you allow all of that to come up, and you just sit down with yourself, and you just allow these thoughts to come up. And you can maybe lie in your bed, or you can sit on your bed, sit on a chair, and you just allow all these thoughts to come up, and you just allow that yourself to think that. And maybe you can even talk it out loud, or you can just, like think it in your head, but allow all of that to come up, and just, allow these parts of you to be heard. And there might be emotions coming up, and maybe if you're angry, you can just punch a pillow, or you can push against the wall. You can also make sound if you don't have neighbors which are gonna freak out too much. And you can just allow these emotions to come up. And if you have to like cry, then just allow yourself to cry. There are these and this is the way that you're gonna be able to let these parts be heard and have a voice, and feel nourished and acknowledged. And by doing that, you can then actually integrate a situation or a person or relationship in a healthy way, because you include all of you in there. And it's also okay that sometimes you think something or you feel something that is not necessarily aligned with your values or with what you truly think, but that is also part of your experience. And by pushing it away, it's actually going to, in a way, be strengthened in a bad influence, in terms of like having a bad influence on you, rather than what it really wanted to express, it being expressed. Sometimes such a part of you can also have like a message for you. It's like, hey, I need this to be okay, to feel safe. I need that to be okay with that kind of situation or person. And by listening to that, you start to understand what you might need to do for yourself to feel more at ease and at peace with yourself and with this personal situation. But if you don't let these thoughts and emotions come up, you might never get the message that you might want to portray. And sometimes there isn't like a specific message, but it's just, I want to be part of you. I want to be like heard. And that then comes up, and now after like allowing all of this to come up, you can relax again. Another thing you could do is you could actually talk to a person, not the person that's bringing up all the stuff, but another person, and just share all these thoughts and all these emotions that are coming up for you about the situation or the person. And what's important if you're doing that, and that's also important if you're doing it on your own, to like really stay connected with your body, with your feelings, and like speak from your body and from the emotions, rather than only on the mental level. Because on the body level is where this stuff really gets processed if you allow yourself to feel it. And you're also able to connect more if you're speaking from the body. And the other person that would just, if you're like talking to another person, share this stuff, then it would be, the other person would just be the witness. Like be there, be present with you, looking at you, and allowing yourself to be witnessed in what you're sharing. And just be there, be present, be empathic. And you will just be sharing all the feelings and all the thoughts just from the body. And what can also help if you're like angry or like intense emotions are coming up, you could be like punching a pillow, or you could maybe even use a stick and like, punch the pillow and allow all these emotions to come up while you're being witnessed in it. And the last thing you could do, and I would only do that if you are very conscious and if the other person is very conscious and you have a very beautiful relationship, is to talk to the actual person that's bringing up all this stuff for you. And you would do the same thing. You would just speak from the body. You would just be present. The other person would just be there witnessing you. And you would just share all the thoughts and all the emotions that are coming up for you. But like, here's really a warning, like only do that if both of you are really good at holding the space actually for each other. Because this could bring a lot of stuff up for the person that you're actually, that brings all the stuff up for you. For the other person, that could trigger the other person a lot. And then maybe you have to hold space for the other person at the end of the session, and vice versa. And it can be very intense and deep. But if you have a very beautiful relationship and you're both very conscious and you want to like use this as a relationship practice, that could be interesting to like, be seen in like all the parts of you. But this is really advanced practice. So if you're not sure that this could go well, then don't do it, because it could really go sideways otherwise. But these are the main things to be able to like let all these things come up and be processed. And I would definitely recommend you starting with just working with yourself, allowing yourself to feel all the things, to think all the thoughts, and allow yourself to like either speak it out loud or at least speak it up inside of yourself, and just allow all of that to come up, be witnessed by yourself or someone else, and be processed. Let me know in the comments, what are parts of you that you feel like you are pushing away, that you don't allow to be heard often enough? And if you have any other questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments. I also talk a lot about releasing on this channel, so just generally if you have emotions or thoughts that need to be processed, just go and check out some more videos about releasing on this channel. I will also link a video on the end of this video for you to watch. And if you liked the video, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button. And if you want to support my channel, I would really love for you to subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications by pressing on the notification bell, so you can be notified when new videos are going to come out. And as mentioned, there are so many videos on this channel, and I would invite you to watch some more of them. This one is a simple technique for you to process some kind of stuck emotions in your body. And this one is the one that YouTube thinks you would like the most. So have fun watching and have a great day. Goodbye, everyone.